What's happening, Facebook? Welcome to this live cast. I know it's early in the morning for when I compared to when I normally do my live feeds, but here's the deal. I had an amazing day yesterday at a mastermind with some of literally the top paid speakers in the world, and I wanted to share some of that with you. So if you're just hopping on, welcome. Thank you for being on. Very much appreciate it. If you could, when you arrive, please right below, let me know that you are here. Give me a shout out. Say, hey, Wendy, I see that you're on. A few other people are starting to hop in. Lori, welcome. Looks like we got about 15. So again, guys, it doesn't tell me every single person that joins. So if you could, in the comments, just let me know that you're here. Give me a shout out, say hello. I would very much appreciate anyone that can do that for me, just so I know who's on. Otherwise, let's keep going with this. I'm a little bit short on time today. We'll be doing our mastermind again still. I'm actually going to be here until Sunday. Today's going to be a little bit different than yesterday was. But yesterday, as I said, as the title would say, I spent the day with two of the top paid speakers in the world, and they taught a lot of stuff. Just to give you a heads up, so we started at noon, and we didn't wrap until almost 9 p.m. Actually, it's a little bit after 9, I think, when we actually finally did wrap. But this kind of stuff, guys, literally, I kid you not, I've got, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I've got pages and pages and pages and pages of notes that they left me. And so I want to share just a couple of what I thought were really good things that they gave me. And so I'll put that out there for you guys. So again, if you're just joining in, thank you for being on. Penny, hey, how's it going? Wendy, oh, thank you. I appreciate that you love what I share. Thank you for being on. I do this stuff for you guys, right? I know this stuff. I'm learning it. I don't need to share it. I do it so that you guys can learn too. I appreciate you guys appreciating that. John, welcome. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday the 13th, actually. Yeah, so much to share. Okay. So let's get into it. Before I get started, if you haven't already, please click the share button right below. Share this with your friends so that they can find out what's going on too. Everyone loves to be able to improve themselves, and sharing this with your friends makes you improving their lives, which only improves everybody else around you and lifts everybody up, which is awesome. Shane, how's it going? Happy to have you on, buddy. So do that. Number 2, if you haven't already, hit the live notifications button. That way you get notified anytime I go live that we can pop on. Also, if you happen to miss this live or any of my lives, what will happen is it'll notify you, and then you can come back whenever you do have time, rewatch this. If you're on for the replay, thank you. You guys can participate. Just so you guys know, I know sometimes, I repeat a lot of things a lot of times on these live videos because I don't know who's on and who's not. Penny, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. When you guys go through these videos, right, if you click the little emojis, so the like, the love, the anger, the laugh, the wow, any of those, you can tap those as many times as you want. A lot of folks don't realize that. They think you just hit it once and that's it, but you can keep going, and it kind of flutters across the screen here for me, so I love seeing that. If you guys want to do that now just to test, make sure it's working on your end, would love to see that. All right, but let's get into it. So, like I said, just a lot of stuff in here, a lot of stuff that I would love to talk about. But I think some of the most important stuff, and I'm running back through my notes here just to see what I got in here. There's legit, there's so much. But a couple of the big points that I want to put out there. So, in today's day and age, guys, as entrepreneurs, one of the biggest things that we do is we create content. Just like this. You're creating blog posts, videos, you're putting pictures, images, anything that you create, right? We put all this content out in the world so that we can let more people know about what it is that we do. And by the way, thank you for all those emojis. You can do that at any point in time. If anything I like resonates with you, if you feel like, hey, I learned something new, or you feel like you were reminded of something that you already knew, but it's a good kick in the butt for you to keep doing it, I want you to go ahead and give me some like and some love there as well. All right. Oh, man, so many people are coming on. Nico, Michael, happy to have you. John, what's up, buddy? Sebastian, awesome to see you guys all here. So we're putting all this content out there, right, guys? And we're making all this stuff happen. And one of the concepts, and one of the guys that I trained with yesterday, his name is James Malinchak. And I never actually heard of him before going to Thrive. And then I started looking him up, and he's doing a lot of really cool stuff. And just, honestly, some of the content he delivered yesterday was just amazing. I can't even do it justice in this live video. But one of the things I really liked that he said was the boomerang effect. The boomerang effect. So whenever we're putting content out as entrepreneurs, right? So we are going to own our own content. We're going to put it out there. We're going to make sure the world knows we got this going on, that going on, whatever else it's going to be, right? But I want you to think, and this is what he said, I want you to think about everything that you put out there like a boomerang. Now, picture and imagine a boomerang, right? You know, and then if you need to go to put yourself in Australia in the middle of a little desert thing, you can do that too. But picture and imagine a boomerang, and you throw it, and what happens when you throw it? It comes back, right? That's the idea of a boomerang, is it comes back. So everything that you put out there, every piece of content that you make, I want you to think of it as a boomerang. If I'm putting it out there, how can I get it to spin around, do what it needs to do, but then come right back to me? So can I work in things that I do? Can I work in a website, a page, a phone number, a call to action of some sort, even if I can do that? Sometimes you can't always do these things, so you have to kind of, seed them, if you will, kind of plant the idea that, hey, you could do this if you wanted to. I'm not going to explicitly say, hey, go to my website and do this, but I might say, I have a website where people can learn about this and things like that. So I love this idea of the boomerang. If you like this idea too, go ahead and give me a bunch of like or love. If you don't like this idea, let me know why. I would love to know what you don't like about this idea. I think it's an amazing idea. To do that. And one of the ways that I really liked something that he shared in specifics with the boomerang, which is when you go to give any sort of live talk, you're on a podcast, on a video cast, a teleseminar, a TV show, anything of that nature, even a live event, right? If you can, what you want to do is you want to write the questions you want the host to ask you. So think about this for a minute. You want to write the questions that you want the host to ask you. Think about how powerful that is. If I get to choose the questions that they ask me, I can design something that allows me to position myself in such a way that lets me grow faster, better, easier, whatever it is I'm trying to do. And I think that's really powerful. Now, obviously, we can't always design the questions, or maybe it's, hey, is there 2 or 3 questions that you would like me to ask? And I'm going to pick the ones I can. We can't always do that stuff. But imagine, again, keeping in mind this boomerang effect, what happens if I get to ask the questions? I decide what questions are going to be asked of me, and now I already know what the answers are going to be, and I can really think about, before the interview happens, what I'm going to throw out there that's going to spin around like a boomerang and come back to me. How can I put it out there so it's going to come back to me? And again, guys, the one thing I want to take away, right, we talk about this stuff. It's not to say that every single thing you do needs to 100% come back to you in some way, but if you're going to spend the time, the effort to do something, you might as well put it out as much as possible for it to come back. And so think about that, guys. Now, again, there's sometimes that we just want to give. We're just going to give because that's what feels good. That's what's right for what we're doing. It doesn't need to necessarily come back that we're giving. There's a lot of cases like that. When we were down in Mexico, Cole gave us quite a bit of his own personal story. It's not things that he shares out there with anybody else in the world, but he gave to us because it just felt right. He wasn't asking for anything back. He didn't want anything back for it. He just wanted to share that. And so sometimes giving can be fine, but when it comes to our entrepreneurial endeavors, when it comes to things that we're doing for our business, boomerang, guys. Throw it out there, let it come on back. So if you like that, go ahead and give me some love there as well. All right. Let's see here. Man, God, there's you guys. Literally, I'm like, okay, I got all these notes. What do I share on this thing? Like literally, just pages and pages and pages of notes. So the one more thing that I want to share in here, guys. So those are 2 things, right? Ask the questions. All right, prepare your questions whenever you can, and boomerang effect. Things go out, comes back. Okay. And by the way, guys, if you have questions about this, you're not sure you understand anything like that, in the comments below, feel free to ask anything. Even if it's already gone by, it's not live anymore, I read every single comment. I look through everything that you guys do on here, so I very much appreciate any interaction, feedback. If you like this, let me know. If you don't like this, I see Michael said great stuff. Glad you're enjoying it, Michael. Thank you for being on. I appreciate it. So the last thing that I want to talk about here is the idea of what we call wordsmithing. So wordsmithing is the idea that, hey, listen, we choose the words that we put out to the world. And I talked a little bit about this on a live video that I did on the way back to LA in an airport, maybe like this past weekend. And what's really cool about wordsmithing is that because we choose the words, we can choose the impact the words have. And I want you to really think about that, right? So in the story I shared on my other live video, which if you haven't watched already, go back to my previous live videos. It would have been, it would have been last week, Sunday, on my way back from Jacksonville. So go back to that video, watch it. I talk about and I share a really interesting story that happened to me in the Jacksonville airport about the power of language. But the words we choose have the impact, all right? They impact everyone around us. And so if we know that simple fact, all right, that the words we choose impact everyone around us, why would we not try and pick our words as carefully as possible to get the maximum impact in whatever it is that we're trying to do? Whether that is to convince someone to buy or sell us their house, whether it is to sell your product, your service, your whatever it is you're offering, whether that's to sell the girl that you're going on a date with that she wants to go on the next date with you, whether that's convincing your parents to buy you that present that you probably don't, they probably shouldn't buy you, but you really want anyways. Whatever it is, the words we choose have a lot of impact. And so I want to share with you guys a handful of words that Cole shared with us, and then some other words that we can use in place of those that will make it more powerful and allow people to have, or allow our words to have a bigger impact on what they do. So if you haven't already, I want you to go ahead and get out a pen and paper, because I want you to write these down, because these are going to be really powerful words. They're going to impact you guys. And by the way, guys, if you're excited for this, give me the little excited face, the whoa, the one that looks like this. If it looks like that, just go ahead and tap that. Let me see that you guys are excited to see this stuff coming up. Okay, so as entrepreneurs, right, we're always selling something. So when we're selling something, a lot of times the words we use, awesome. I see how the loves come in. Yes, there it is. I love the O face. It's like, oh, the O face. Now we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. All right. So, I just went there. All right. Anyways, so a couple words here. Price, fee, cost. Price, fee, cost. All of these words have a negative connotation associated with them. All right, gonna glad some of you guys are laughing at that too. All of these words have a negative connotation. All right, we have to pay the price. It's going to cost me something. The fee. When was the last time you paid a fee and we're like, yeah, I'm paying fees? Right? It doesn't make any sense. So whenever you're talking about your product, your service out there, it's never the price, it's never the cost, it's never the fee. It's the investment. It's the investment. And that's huge, guys. Simple. Little tweak, right? It's the investment. Doesn't matter what you're selling. They're investing in something. Ooh, I got an angry face. Sweet. I'm pissing some people off. I love it. If I'm pissing people off, I must be doing something right. So again, price, fee, cost. Replace that with investment instead. Gwen, what's happening? Good to see you. Next, work. The word work, work for, build, or create. Work, build, or create. Okay, work, build, or create. No one wants to work. Building is hard. Creating takes effort. Notice how you feel when you just say those words, work, build, create. Instead, what if we could attract? Now, obviously, attraction requires work too. Everything requires work. If you want to build a business, you're building a business. But what if I could attract my ideal client? What if I could attract the people that we're doing things with? What if I can make that happen? It's a tiny word shift, but it makes it sound so much different. Okay? All right, next one, change. No one likes change. Change is hard. Change, I gotta change myself, I gotta change this, I gotta change that. Oof. But what if instead of change, I could improve or grow? All right, I actually like improve better, and that's what Cole said. Improve is a better word, but grow is also a solid word as well. Everyone wants to grow. Everyone wants to improve. But to do those things, what do you have to do? You have to change. But no one wants to change. Change is bad. Absolutely, Shane. Change is bad. All right, payments. All right, if you're going to offer your product or service for a number of payments, again, payments goes back to that same thing of price, cost, fee. Payments. Oh, no one wants to make payments. I make payments on my car. I make alimony payments. I make child support payments. Payments are never a good thing. But instead, I can offer installments. Little tweak, guys. It means the same thing. Really, at the end of the day, it means the same thing. But that little tweak, just shifting our language, can impact the way someone perceives something and take more action with us. If you're liking this, guys, go ahead, tap the emojis. Let me know. I want to know what stuff you like, what you don't like, so that I can keep making these trainings for you guys. They're not for me, they're for you guys. All right, so last two, ready? Workbooks. How many times do you go to workshops that have workbooks or download my workbook? Oh, God. Again, it's the same thing. Wait, work? No one wants to work. All right, books. Did you know I read a stat recently that something like 75% of people never read another book after they leave high school? Or, after they leave high school and college, so their formal education. 75% of people never pick up another book in their life. That's mind-blowing. So if you're trying to sell someone on a workbook, work is hard, a book I already don't read anyways, and now I got 2 things I don't like, it's going to be hard. So instead of workbooks, talk about action guides. Everyone likes taking action. Action is how we get results. That's how we get success. A guide will lead us to the success. So think about that. Workbook? No. Action guide? Better. All right? And then the last one is instead of training someone, right? When you think about training, right, we think, oh man, I got to go to the gym. I got to train hard. I want to get swole. Ugh, right? Training is generally associated with a lot of work as well. It's hard. It's like, oof, I got to train on this thing. We have trainers that come in and do things, right? It's generally a negative association. Thank you for all the emojis, guys. I love it. But instead of training, what if you're offering sessions with somebody? Okay, sessions. And now that one's not the most powerful, but it's still a little switch that can impact, all right, what you're doing. All right, guys. So that's just a handful of words. We've been going now for, I don't know, about 10, 15 minutes, something like that. So I want to wrap this up. I'm just going to run through the comments here just to see if there's anything. If you guys have questions, now would be the time. Throw them in the bottom right here. I'll be happy to answer those. Let's see what we got going on here. Donna, hey, how's it going? Penny, what's up? Happening? John, happy Friday. We're going to look through all that. Shane, what's going on? Nico, happy to have you on, buddy. Chris, what's up, buddy? You're like not that far away. You should have come into my room. Just bust the door down. Alan, good to have you on. Let's see. Andre, from halfway across the world, buddy. Glad you're here. Hector, what's happening? Penny, powerful stuff. This is very powerful stuff, so I love that you're on here. Thomas, man, long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Yeah, Penny, absolutely. Got to choose our words absolutely, very wisely. All right, and you guys started writing some of the words. I love it. So we're seeing there. Bernadette, what's happening? Sarah, what's going on? Let's see here. Lori, it is true, isn't it, man? Think about your language. It's such an easy way to make changes. All right. Joey, love it. Glad you love it, Joey. Thank you so much for being on. Appreciate it. Gwen, how's it going? I'm so happy to see you. We got to talk soon. David, good stuff. Awesome. With good stuff hashtag and then good stuff exclamation point. I'm going to make that, assume that means double good stuff, which I like. Double plus good stuff. All right, guys. I don't see any other questions on here. So thank you for being on this live cast. Very much appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. I'm going to try to do a daily recap of the event as I go through this mastermind. Just kind of give you guys a few quick tips from what we learned. I don't know if I'll always be able to do it or not, just because I know the schedule is jam-packed and there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be learning and going through. But I will share a few things as I learn them. The biggest thing, guys, is always stay invested in educating yourself further. Do more of what you're doing. Be on these live casts. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit share so that everyone that you know in your circle can learn from this too. Guys, you know what? When you do good, you put good out there, you share things like this with other people, what happens is that good comes back. It's the idea of karma, right? That good comes back. So if you could hit share for me, I'd very much appreciate it. Otherwise, guys, just give me a last little few love before I head out of here. I'm so happy to be on with you guys. Thank you for sharing a little bit of your time with me. And I look forward to seeing you on another live video down the road, guys. That's it for now. Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Bye.